Greetings and salutations to all you out there on the interwebs. I am Senior Carlos Blanco El Barbero, the Pennant Herald for the Kingdom of Meridies, and welcome to the December decision meeting for the Kingdom of Meridies. With me tonight is my cohorts in heraldry. Let's give everyone your name, starting with Master Alexander.
I'm Alexander Ravenscroft. I'm Stentor Herald Extraordinary, and I don't have any offices, and I'm a Field and Court Herald, so I'm just here to mess things up.
Next, we'll go to Matthias.
Hi, I'm that last guy's protege. I'm the Honorable Lord Matthias Blackett. I'm Torch Herald for Meridies. I'm in charge of Court Heraldry and Precedence.
Next, we'll go to Ian.
Hi, I'm Ulrich Eisenhand. I'm the Cipher Herald that's internal submissions for Meridies.
We'll go to Bronwyn.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn Ogedwelly. I am the White Antelope Herald Extraordinary and the Lambert Herald for the Kingdom of Meridies.
And we'll go to Rosamond.
Hi, I'm Rosamond Playfair. I'm the local Herald for the Shire of Drakenmere, and I love working with names and devices, so I come and play with you guys a lot.
And we have our spare brain,
Herveus
with us tonight and everything. He's currently helping out another kingdom.
Yeah. So I've got you all muted so you don't have to hear me at Meridies. But I'm going to put you back on mute, and I'm listening.
Okay.
If you need me, sing out.
All right, we shall. We shall sing to the heavens. All right, so we are looking at the December letter. For those of you who saw the link should be there. And we're going to start with number 1 with our good friend Bram. He's wanting for a new device. His device that he has submissions is ghouls on a chevron sable femmerated ore between 3 stag's heads, kabos, 3 swords, hammers, argent. We had a couple people conflict checked and they found nothing, though. Rosamond, you're wondering about the complexity on this one.
Yeah.
It could be 9 if you count the fimbriation as a separate charge.
Do we count fimbriation? Or
I believe we do because it counts as like a secondary.
Yeah, so I think it's so close without that, but I think that one might kick it over.
Red, okay, we've got ghouls, ore, sable, and argent, 4 colors.
We've got 4 colors, and if the fimbriation counts as another charge, then we have stags, the chevron, the fimbriation, and the Thor's hammers.
And
So that would be a total of 8.
Okay, you're right, that would be a total of 8.
Why did I count 8 without the fibry?
I don't know. Let me look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 colors. 4 chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're right. It's 8.
okay, so we're good with that.
So we're borderline, but it's doable.
Yep.
I agree.
Well, that's also a
I
guideline.
kind of agree with your second point, though, Rosamond, about the 2 stag heads on top.
Yeah.
They are kind of really, really close. But I think that's just an artist note.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You can tell that they're stags.
Yeah. But,
And
just being just a tad smaller would help.
And there's no reason why they couldn't be slightly smaller than the one in base.
Right. Because where their placement kind of forces them to be smaller.
They could also make the chevron just a tiny bit skinnier to make room for it.
Yeah,
it's plenty big and it has a lot of wiggle room in there.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely the Arnold Schwarzenegger
Of primary charges.
Of primary charges. So, all right. Unless anyone sees any other issues.
No.
Red? yellow, black, white. And
Stag's heads,
Stag's
forest hammers,
hammer.
Chevron, and fimbriation.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking was the ninth one. Then I think we're fine.
Okay. Then I'll add a little small artist note, and we will send that up. So we'll move on to number 2. And the reason why I called Ulrich Ian, besides Ian being his other name, is we have an Ian McPherson of Unduntain with what he's calling a resub, but what we have here really... Huh?
It's a change of holding name.
Andunhania.
Andunhania.
Undunhania.
On.
Dune.
Dune.
Hania.
Okay.
Could we get parentheses and pronunciations on the kingdom page that has every fire? I mean, Drakenmere is
Not
pretty easy.
my problem.
There's a couple that are interesting, like Loch Henry and Undunhania and
Nancy Derwooden.
Nancy Withen. Yes.
So, basically what we have here is this person made a submission of a name, the name and device. The name did not pan out so well, so it was returned, and they are now wanting another, so they to be able to register the device. Laurel created a holding name, and now they're wanting to do away with the holding name and take on this persona, which, even though it's listed as a resub, it should really be a change of holding.
Right.
So
because they registered the holding name is Ian of Undunhania, and he wants
Right.
Ian McPherson of Undunhania.
yeah, so technically, right now he does have a name that is submitted. So it's a change and not a resub.
We had no problem with the Ian McPherson, the structure and the documentation of the name. It was just a conflict.
Right.
There's presumption.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's right. Because he wanted a Clooney.
right.
Yeah, but this way he has a first and last name, and then he has a locative, which is fine.
Right.
Oh yeah, there's no problem. I don't see any problem with the name. That
No,
he's
the
wanting.
only problem that we're having is that it was filed wrong. It was submitted as a resub and not a change. But I believe that's in my perspective to be able to fix. So I will contact the submitter though and let them know that, hey, it's not a resub, it's a change. And I believe since he still was in the year of that, so it should be it should be a free.
Right. It wouldn't be a charge anyway for a change of holding name. I
Right.
don't believe we've ever charged for that.
So I will contact the submitter and let them know that we're doing it as a change of holding name rather than a resub, and that everything else is still good. All right. Moving on to number 3, we have Lachlan O'Clear.
Cleary.
He pronounces it O'Cleary.
Clary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have a badge resub. Filled with 3 Cornish coughs, proper, maintaining in annulo 3 drinking horns, argent tipped ghouls. We have some people that's got a lot of confusion with this badge. Because basically we have two groups that are within annulo.
The confusion comes because, well, these would have been under RFS, there would have been maintained charges, so I don't think they would have counted the same way. They would have counted as an element of the birds, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
But since things have changed, I'm not really as sure.
Welcome, Liz Haynes. She just joined.
Oh, welcome.
Greetings to you. We are currently on number 3.
So do these drinking horns count as basically a maintained charge and therefore a portion of the bird charge, or do they count as separate charges, in which case you would have 2 different inannualo charge groups?
I know with the new rules, you can get a DC for a maintaining.
Right.
So, but I don't think that they are counting that as a charge group.
I don't think they are either. And if they're not counting it as a charge group, then basically we still have a bird maintaining a drinking horn and then 3 of them in annualo. So they would count as basically the same charge group with the bird, so you wouldn't have 2 charge groups in annualo.
Purveus chiming in on Meridies.
Okay.
Maintained charges are a separate charge group.
They are now? Okay.
If
So
they're
then
counting for difference, they're a separate charge group.
Okay.
Okay.
So then, all right. So then we do have 2 different charge groups here.
Okay.
Which, since it is 2 different charge groups, would make it 2 steps from period practice,
Yes.
which would automatically cause for a return.
Hate it because this is already a resubmission, right?
Right.
I would also, and I hate to hit somebody when they're that frustrated, but I would also point out that there is that comment about the horns not looking like horns to people, and I think that is still a concern. If they submit a 3rd time, maybe they could arch them out a bit more at the back, at the opening.
Or turn them over.
Well, it's really hard in these pictures, even when you go up close, to see what you have to go
because they're conjoined and everything. They kind of blend it, because I'm even looking at the black and white, and
Yeah.
I've blown it up to the large size image, and they kind of just blend into each other.
Yeah, they're worse in the drawing with no color, but there's still you have to know what you're looking at. Otherwise, it's a very pretty bracelet, necklace, something.
Yeah.
It's not
I
really
think
clear.
Rosman's right.
You know, what we have here is a possible good idea, but poorly.
Difficult. Yeah.
What could he do to have drinking horns and ravens basically in annualo that would address this issue? Is there any
Put one drinking horn and put the birds around it, which is of course not what he wants, but that would pass. Well, that would be something we would be comfortable forwarding anyway.
more comfortable with?
What if we took the raven and put it inside an annualo of drinking horns?
Either way, yeah.
I just think the annualo of drinking horns is probably a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than the annualo of ravens with a single drinking horn inside.
No, they're not ravens, they're chuffs. Look at their beautiful red legs.
Yes, okay. Birds.
Birds, yes.
I haven't talked to him about this, so I have absolutely no idea what is most critical or most important to him about this design.
Because I think even if he made, because he would go back into this problem that he had before with everything being so small that you couldn't really distinguish. Yeah. Well, it's not that they weren't so small; it's their annualo was more. He more made a triquetra out of the drinking horns in the previous submission, because the pictures are right there of the
Yeah,
previous.
the other problem is that he's got a fieldless badge here, so all of his elements have to be conjoined.
Oh, yeah.
So that complicates the problem further.
Yes, it does.
Because if he didn't want it fieldless, he could probably have those 3 drinking horns as a tricat and have the birds around them in some arrangement or other without having the problem he's got right now, because he could make the drinking horns larger.
Yeah. Must be returned for further work. This badge is returned for multiple issues. It violates A3DC2, which states that charges within the charge group shall be in either identical postures or orientation, or an arrangement that includes posture orientation in cross combatant or in paw points outward, for example.
Or in annulo. So he addressed the problem for the last one, but it just didn't quite address all possible problems.
Right.
The new one has different problems.
Yes.
The identifiability of the drinking horns is still a problem, even though their arrangement was changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the annulo, especially with them being so close together like that, basically they are conjoined. If this was something that was passable, we would have to re-blazon it as the horns are conjoined with each other, because they are touching.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if he made the birds just slightly smaller where they're not touching.
But they have to touch.
They have to touch. This is
That's right. They have to touch because it's fieldless.
I mean,
so maybe he'll have to have a fielded background.
I think that, or else have maybe 1 chuff and 1 horn. But we can put those as suggestions, but we have to return it.
Well, if he has just 1 chuff and 1 horn, he's going to run into a conflict problem, I'm willing to bet. Because birds are extremely popular. He's probably trying to dodge conflict with what he's doing right now.
Well, and then his problem is he'd have to change the color of the horns, because you can't change the color of the birds.
Right.
Well, you could. But they would look like
not if you want him to be that type of bird. But
yeah.
This is just a complex issue.
Right. We have one commenter that was suggesting maybe have them drawn in Paul.
Only works if there's a background.
Right.
Yeah.
Field. Yeah.
Because they're saying in Paul, 3 Cornish coughs, talons to center, proper maintaining in annulo, 3 drinking horns, argent, tip to gules.
Still, it would have to be fielded.
Well, they are maintaining. They are touching.
Well, but then what makes them in Paul? Oh, that's just the orientation.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Change the orientation. Change the orientation of the. Because they even gave a example of a drawing.
Well, it'd be Paul inverted, wouldn't it? If it's 1 at the top and 2 to the bottom, to the sides.
Yeah, that's still complex. It might sound complex.
So basically, we just need to give him some ideas.
Yeah.
Who has their speaker?
It's not me.
Because I'm getting a repeat.
I'm hearing echoes.
It might have been me. That's it.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and turn this one. and try to give us some ideas. All right, moving on. Number 4, Martin D. Burney.
Can we please figure out who's got the speaker on?
Yeah. We really need to find out who's got that speaker.
Why don't you do a roll call and have everybody mute? Fine.
All right. So we know it's not Alexander because he just talked. Matthias, is it you?
I don't think it's me. I just had my computer muted, and it was still going on.
Ulrich?
I don't think it's me.
Lucian?
I don't think it's me.
I had my microphone muted and it was still doing it.
My microphone is muted too, it looks like.
Okay, I'm back on. Alexander's now muted. It's still there.
I'm going to take it off. Did somebody actually speak while Pennon was muted?
Test.
I muted mine and it didn't make a difference.
I muted mine and it didn't make it.
Yes, but Pennon has to mute his and then somebody needs to speak.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
That's fine now. Well,
Pennon's the one causing those Cylonic. I think.
no, it's still got a little bit of an echo.
But
Yeah,
it's
but
not as bad.
Okay, I'm back.
I think you're the worst cause of it. We're getting a small echo otherwise, but not very badly.
All right, I tried. No, it's still there.
Could it be Lucian? He had some problems with his microphone before.
I got a new headset, so that corrected that issue.
Okay,
Yeah, this just started.
yes.
Lucian, try muting your speakers. And then we'll... Test.
Did that fix the problem?
No, it didn't. Okay. Because I even unplugged my headset to see if it was the problem.
Try it now.
Hello? No, it's still there. It's not so much. It's not so much of a microphone picking up. It's a speaker.
It sounds like a speaker.
Okay. Ben's Matthias is mute. Oh, the wonderful joys of technology, people.
I'm not sure why it just suddenly decided to do this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try something. I'm going to actually not through Google mute me, but I'm going to mute me through my device.
Testing.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Sounds fine.
Except when you talk.
Testing. Mine has an echo too, at least to me.
Mine does to me.
If we can hear Charles or Carlos, that may be okay.
Yeah. We may just have to try to carry on with it. We're halfway there. So.
Okay.
So number 4, new name, Martin D. Burney. The docs seem to check out. We have one submitter that found a name that's closer to time period. And then we have one that brought them both really close. But since both docs checked out, we should be able to send it up the new documentation.
Correct.
So. All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll use the new documentation for Martin, and we'll go on from there. Number 5 is a good Viking name. Omer N. Kiri.
Orm in Kiri.
Orman.
I have the book.
Is there such a good thing as a good Viking name?
Page 13.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct on the page.
All right.
And then the surname is found in Viking Bindings article.
Mhm.
Yep, and I found it.
Okay.
So, all right. So we will send that one up as well. Number 6, Ouyang Yi Ying Zoa.
Ying Zhao.
Ouyang Ying Zhao.
Ying Zhao.
Zhao.
Ouyang Ying Zhao.
Ying Zhao.
He is the current parchment clerk.
Okay.
I have to admit, a lot of this Chinese stuff is Greek to me.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
If
It
only
just-
Wu were here.
It just had to be done.
Greek would be much, much easier.
Don't look at me, I do Japanese.
We actually have more documentation on period Greek naming practices.
Yes, it shows where you added them.
We do have a pictorial documentation for the first name.
By the
Or should I
first name,
say-
you mean the family name?
The
Yeah,
family
family.
name is listed first.
Family name is listed.
Yeah, the family name. Now, in the documentation, it has a hyphen between the U, and so
Now, you're talking about hyphenation in a language that uses characters.
okay.
Or is that a
And-
pronunciation note?
And that was also explained in the submission.
Yeah, if I can get my computer to cooperate.
That in Wade Giles romanization, names with multiple syllables are separated by a hyphen, but they are not when used in Pinyin.
Wow, where did the echo go there?
Yeah, when you talk, it's not there.
Weird.
That must mean you're the problem. At least that's my opinion.
Regardless of actual cultural name, do we register as given and then locative by name, whatever?
We register as family name, then given name.
Just like in Hungarian.
Precedent on that? Precedent on that?
I
We do
registered
the same thing with
Yamamoto a couple months ago.
We do the
Sorry,
same
say
thing
that
with
again.
Hungarian. This is driving me crazy.
My alternate name was submitted, family name then given.
Just checking.
Okay, think about the cemetery where they say that there should be 3 samples of changing it to a female name. And they only have a single example of each element. It's not a capital name.
I am going to say we're going to send this one up to let the Chinese experts look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to send that one up because I'm trying to read what Freed is trying to say here, and it's just confusing me more.
Hey, Ulrich,
Yes.
can you try muting your mic?
Okay, he muted.
You sound fine.
You sound good.
Yeah,
It's Ulrich.
yay!
Oh, hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Ulrich?
Fine, I didn't want to talk to you anyway. I don't know. I mean, I'm using the same laptop I always use. I've never had a problem with the feedback before.
I don't know.
I suspect it's not the mic. I suspect something's going on with your speakers. Do you have an
Yeah.
auxiliary set?
No, it's the ones that are built in.
All right.
And that's interesting that when he talks, there is none.
But
There's still one?
everybody else echoes.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's no echo with mine anymore. No, there is a little bit.
Well, his microphone's not muted.
Yeah.
We only have 2 more to get through.
Yeah. Ark, you may need to
Yep.
mute except when talking.
As long as his microphone's muted, everything seems to be fine.
Yeah.
That's because there's nothing for it to feed back with.
Yeah, I think there's a software glitch that happened because it started halfway through, so something just glitched. All right, so we'll move on to number 7, Rachel of
Undunhania.
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 Undunchania.
Funny coming from somebody from Aren't We All?
New name and new vice. Starting with the name. The name is fairly well straightforward. She's using her local group for her by name, so there's not much we can much that we can argue about with the name. So we'll move on to the device, which is per chevron inverted in battle, per and argent and owl displayed, argent and 3 trescales vert. This is another device where we have 2 steps from period practice, so it's going to be a return. One is for a non-eagle displayed,
Right.
and the other is for the Triskelions being spirals.
Also, in order for the owl to be displayed, the legs have to be away from the body. If they are on the body like that, they are striking a fronty,
Right,
which I believe is a
disallowed.
posture that we don't allow.
Okay. So this could be just returned for a redraw.
Correct. It's a simple redraw.
Yeah.
Non-spot, the standard trichetras, and stick the legs out on the sides on the owl.
Right.
Well, there is the one person talking about a decision that came up 2 months earlier.
Let's see.
An owl striking a fronty argent, and it was that was returned a long time ago. But
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
In that particular one, the device, as submitted, did have the owl properly displayed. The previous one that was returned was striking a fronty and was returned for being striking a fronty.
okay, if what we're doing is turning it to displayed, Taryn notes that a non-eagle displayed is an SFPP.
Right.
Correct.
So,
And the
and then if she
Triskelions
turns
also-
the Triscales to normal Triscales instead of the spiral ones,
That removes the other one.
that removes the other step from period practice.
Yes. So have you already talked to the person and they want to make that change, or they're okay with it?
Have not talked to them.
So we should maybe rule that we will forward it if the spirals are removed, and if the redraw includes the feet showing outside of the outline of the body.
It should be an and or, because we only need 1 step from period practice. So she can either do the owl. Well, she's going to have to do the owl anyway in order to make it displayed.
Right, because they don't allow striking in fronty.
Right, because they will reblaze that as being striking a funty.
Yeah. So it seems like the easiest way for her to do it is, she has to.
It's a complete redraw.
Yeah, it is a complaint.
Yes.
And it's not just one area; it's a complete redraw of the device.
Yes.
Wouldn't the head be turned to the side if it was displayed also?
Not with an
Not
owl, I
necessarily.
don't think. On owl,
It's
I
not
think
the head.
are always shown with the head of fronty because they're not recognizable really when turned to the side.
I guess that's probably why it's a step from period practice to have it displayed.
Yeah.
So basically, displayed or
Any bird other than an eagle.
either way works. Is that what we're saying?
Both have to be done.
Yeah, she has to change the owl regardless. But if she wants the owl in that posture, then she also has to change the triscales.
Is this a return? The amount of work we're asking on it sounds to me like it's a
Yeah, it's a return for a redraw.
Yeah.
So, because like I said, she's having it's not just redoing one little area.
Yeah.
You know, it's a redraw of both the major charges. So it's got to we send it back. Because doing it striking a fronty is not allowed, so she can't have the legs in. Having the legs out makes it displayed, which is what she's wanting, but that's a step for period practice. And then with the triscales, they've got to be changed completely.
Well, there's a difference between a step from period practice and not allowed.
Yeah.
So it's better to have the strike.
Yeah, with the owl, she's got double problems.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
So, all right. So,
I'm back. I'm done with Ethel Mark, and y'all have my attention now.
Thank you.
Yay!
we were just saying that on the device for number 7 needs to be returned for a redraw because the amount of work that needs to be done to it is just too much just to do a simple, hey, can you get this in by the end of the month?
Yeah, if you redraw the owl so it's displayed, now you have 2 SFPPs. I pick that up. Yep, you're right.
So we'll return it and give her the recommendations on what needs to be done. So, but the name is good, and we'll send it up. All right. Moving on to number 8, Theodora Duquesne. It is a resub.
Hi, I'm back. It's my client, so I wanted to make sure and answer any questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay!
They had first done an annulo of cypress trees, but then that was sent back. So they did a cross vert between 4 pine trees proper. We just had some simple design issues with it because it was using very thin lines. And looking at, if you scroll down and you see the resub or the redraw that we got, I think that should work a lot better.
Well, I mean,
I don't.
You just have to scroll.
Redraw again.
Is it showing?
Also, the cross in the new submission is cooped. It's not throughout.
well, it was cooped originally here too. So that's
Right. But the blazon says a cross ferret. And
it needed to say across cooped.
Well, the new blazon would be argent, a Latin cross vert between 4 pines.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
That
is
would
definitely
work. That would
The
work.
Latin cross doesn't touch the edges anyhow. And I checked with her. Latin cross was what she want. I redrew, and she likes the redraw. So
Yeah.
it passes with everybody else.
That looks like a perfectly fine submission.
Right.
Cool.
So
Excellent.
Okay.
So we will go ahead and change out and do the use the redraw, and we will send it on up as well.
And make sure to mention that the submission was redrawn
Mm-hmm.
and approved by the submitter.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, because the
Yeah,
fact
they
that
get
it was
touchy. They
redrawn
get
by the
touchy on those
submitter-
things.
Yeah, things get returned for that.
Correct.
Well, Lord Ulrich, well, he said it was provided by the submitter.
Oh,
So
well,
that-
there's that too.
That
Yeah.
should,
But
but yeah, it doesn't hurt to say that the submitter had intended a Latin cross and is very happy with the version.
so
All right. And with that, that'll bring us to the end of the letter, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it will.
So,
Well done.
Yes, thank you for dealing with the little technological hiccup that we had. Thank you for joining me on this commenting section, this session, and we will get these announcements out at the end of the month and move everyone forward. Goodbye to everyone out there on the interwebs, and have a wonderful night and a happy new year.
you
Night.
too.
Happy New Year.